For 4 months now, I have gone back and forth on whether to film this video, and I've decided that it's absolutely necessary. Hi Huns, and welcome back to another one of my Hunsolos. Now, the last one that you saw was from 2020, and today it's the 27th? I think it's the 27th of April 2021. So it's been a while. I'm not sure that any of you actually care about my Hunsolos, but the reason I haven't uploaded any since last year is because I did have a couple like scheduled, but once I came to edit them I just wasn't a fan. I will be filming them again because I did enjoy filming them, but they just weren't a bit of me when I filmed them. Also, I am purposely sat on the side of the camera again because I will be putting some stuff up on the screen over here. Hopefully this candle doesn't distract the camera too much. So again, if me sitting on the side of the screen is irritating you, I'm very sorry about that. Now, without any further rambling, let's get into the video. For legal reasons, even though I have done nothing wrong and I am proceeding to do absolutely nothing wrong, for legal reasons I am going to say that this is all alleged even though it's not. If you haven't seen part 1, which isn't actually labelled part 1, but it's just this video right here, if you haven't seen that, then I suggest you go and watch it, otherwise none of this is going to make any sense. So yeah, I do suggest that you go and watch that first. However, I am going to briefly explain what happened in part 1 anyway. In this part 1 that I uploaded on Christmas Eve of 2020, it was just me telling a story time of how I was bullied when I was in school. In this story time, I kept everybody's names anonymous. I didn't let go of any information that could have been crucial or damaging to the people that this story time was about, and well, I did nothing wrong really. I just told my story, which I had every right to do. Like I said, I posted this video, I think it went up at like 6 PM. Posted it, not thinking anything of it. I left my phone on my bed for about 20 minutes while I did my tan because it was Christmas Eve and I was not about to go into Christmas Day being pale. Those 20 minutes had passed, I'd gone back to my phone and my phone was literally blowing up. It may as well have been on fire. I had many messages telling me what Lee had put on his story on Snapchat and sending me Lee's story on Snapchat. However, I have been blocked from Lee's social media for quite a while now, so I wasn't able to see any of these stories. Thankfully, someone was able to send me a screenshot of what Lee's story read. There will be a screenshot up on the screen here, but I'll just read it out. It was a screenshot of the video that I had posted of my story time with 3 captions on. The first one says, "Left school 3 years ago and people are still using my name for clout." The second one reads, "At least drop my at, darling." And the third one reads I'm so sorry. And the third one reads, "Clearly prefers me to her own fella if she's still this bothered." So it's so embarrassing. Okay, so obviously I don't even know what to say. Let's just quickly backtrack to the first caption that is up on the screen here. "Left school 3 years ago and people are still using my name for clout." This is something that I knew he would see. Not that I knew he was going to see the video or anything. Like I said, posted it not thinking anything would happen. But I knew he would say something along the lines of this because I really don't, I really don't have a reason for it. I just know what he's like. That's it. And I know that's not a good enough reason, but I just knew it. So this second caption, "At least drop my at, darling." I obviously wasn't going to do that, and I'm still not going to do that because what would be the point? I also didn't need to drop your at because you already did. I don't cringed a bit when I saw that, actually. Yeah, you outed yourself as my bully. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. I really don't want this video to be me bashing Lee or me bashing Rachel. Are those the names that I used? I think so. But anyone with common sense wouldn't do that. Why would you do that? I saved your back. I didn't say who you were. Why would you do that? This last caption, guys, what? Okay. "Clearly prefers me to her own fella if she's still this bothered." First of all, my fella without being cringe on the internet, is the most perfect fella I could have ever come across. So don't you fucking dare have the audacity to even think that. That shows your character all over. I was also told that there was a video of him on his story laughing at my video as he was watching it. And I mean, like, that's fair enough. If that was really your reaction to my video, then, you know, again, that says more about you. That says everything about you, actually. Okay then, so after that, I put my phone down. I wasn't really that bothered by it. You know, I didn't expect him to watch it, but I expected that if he did, he would have some sort of reaction, and that's absolutely fine. Oh guys, I'm so sorry. I need to compose myself because this is no laughing matter. I then put my phone down again, and about 10 minutes later picked it up to this message, which will again be on the screen right next to me for you to read as well. Hi, just been sent the YouTube video. Appreciate the time you took to make and edit that video. You must be bored. Bringing up false stuff about Rachel though is playing with fire, but I'll let it slide since it's Christmas. I'm not going to argue with you because I'm 18 now, you see, and I don't bring up beef from year 8. Lol. Okay. Have a nice Christmas. Say what you want about me, but if Rachel is involved with it again, you and your family will be hearing from us. With love, Lee. So let's just backtrack again and read through this message. Hi, just been sent the YouTube video. By who? Which of your friends or which of the people that you went to school with has recognised this behaviour as you and sent you this video? Because, you know, that's nothing to be proud of at all. Appreciate the time you took to make and edit that video. You must be bored. That sounds a little similar to what I said about your message that you sent me in lockdown last year. I also think it's funny that you took the time to sit and type this message and send it to me. You know, if you're going to be Billy Big, then at least word your own messages. Bringing up false stuff about Rachel though is playing with fire. They think I'm lying. They think I'm lying. They really think that I've made this up. They really think that I've made this up. You know, we'll skip down to the bottom of the message where it says, say what you want about me, but if Rachel is involved with it again, you and your family will be hearing from us. And I mean, that sounds like a threat to me. And let's not forget the with love, Lee at the bottom. I'm assuming he thought he was being really funny by signing off his message. Lee? You know, I called you Lee in my video to protect your back. Obviously I didn't need to because you exposed yourself 5 minutes later, but that's not my problem, that's yours. I did open that message request, but I didn't accept it, and about 10 minutes later he removed it, so it was no longer in my message requests. I can only assume that he thinks I haven't seen that message, because why else would he delete it? If you're going to send it, leave it there. By this point I was still tanning because it takes me a long time to tan. So me and Dan were in my bedroom and I hear the doorbell go. Me and Dan freeze and look at each other, and I go, imagine if that was Rachel. So I walk over to the window, I peeled back my curtains. Who's standing at my front door? Rachel and her husband. He doesn't even get a name. It's not that important. I open my bedroom door and call down the stairs to my mum and say, Mum, Rachel's here. Obviously, I had no clothes on, so I couldn't go at the door. But my sister Lauren, that you all know from the 3 Little Huns videos, got to the door before me or my mum could. Lauren opened the door and Rachel asked if she could speak to me. Apparently it was like this.
Can I speak to Sean, please?
To which Lauren said no, because I know what it's about and she's done nothing wrong. To which Rachel replied,
And do you think that's acceptable?
Lauren then said, do you think it's acceptable for your son to bully a young girl? I think it went back and forth like 2 more times before my mum dragged Lauren away from the front door, slammed the door in Rachel's face, Lauren shouted Merry Christmas and we went back in the house. Rachel and her husband were not willing to go home just yet. They actually stood outside of my house next to their car, looked in my living room window like this, looking for me obviously. This happened really, really quickly. So I'd come downstairs with my pyjamas on and I walk into the living room and I peer past the Christmas tree and there Rachel is and her husband looking in the window, seeing me and going, as if I was really going to go out the door and talk to them, as if they had any right to talk to me, as if I had any obligation to go and talk to her. No. Let me just emphasise that by this point, we had been living in a pandemic for almost a year. I do not work with these people, they are not in my circle, none of that, but they thought it was acceptable to come to my home, touch our gate, touch our front door, and expect to speak to me. No! No! What are you doing going to people's houses in a pandemic? I can understand, you know, your mum, your dad, your sisters or whatever because it's Christmas. What possessed you to come to my home and speak to me in the middle of a pandemic? Besides the fact that they came to our house during a pandemic, they also left the gate open. That's just plain rude. Shut the gate on your way out. Nothing really happened after that. I didn't respond to his message, obviously, because he deleted the message request. I didn't put anything on my social media that was directed towards them in any way. I just left it at that. So yeah, nothing in particular really happened after that, but he did spend the next 2 days looking at my social media, which means he spent the rest of Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day looking at my Instagram. But then again, why wouldn't you want to? It's very nice, it's right here. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my name is Charlotte Carl Brown. From the minute I uploaded that original video on Christmas Eve, I received so many kind messages from people that I hadn't spoken to in a while, or complete strangers who had just clicked on the video, but also from people who sadly had a similar or the same experience to me with the same person. I had conversations with these people who've had the same experience to me with the same person. I'm very grateful to say that they all said I could use their messages in this video and keep them anonymous, of course, because we don't expose people on this channel. The people expose themselves. The first conversation that I'm going to read out will be on the screen next to me, and any information that is crucial or can be used to out this person will be blanked out, so it will not be seen on the screen. Hey Hun, I saw your video and I just want to say it's really amazing how you had the courage to post that. I also got bullied in school and I think I know the person you are talking about, as I moved in year 10, and if I am correct, I also had a lot of issues with him in school. So yeah, I just wanted to say I think it's amazing that you've managed to post it. To which I replied, thank you so much for this message. I've gotten tons of backlash since posting that video, and it's messages like this that really make it all worth it. I've had so many people message me saying they think it's the same person that bullied them, and I'm so glad that I put my video out. Just to know that it isn't just me and I'm not the liar he's making me out to be. I need a drink, I'm getting overwhelmed again. Why does my bottle make that noise? So this next conversation will also be on the screen, and it says, hey Hun, I've just watched your video and I can obviously tell that Lee is blank. But I just want to say I'm so glad and happy for the... I'm gonna cry. I just want to say I'm so glad and happy for you that you are so much happier now and can look back and laugh. Because I know how you felt back then, and honestly if I could go back I'd smack him straight in the face. I can't believe the messages he sent you in June, as if he hasn't grown up and started being nice. As for Rachel, don't even get me started. I can't even believe she let him do that to you. I'm going to block out that next bit. You're amazing and always remember that. Honestly, the people that had messaged us had us crying. They had us crying on Christmas Eve. Happy tears, obviously. This next conversation I think is the one that hit us the hardest, just because the things that this person told me, you know, were similar things to what happened to me. Not that any of us deserved it, but this person really didn't deserve, you know, this. Hi Charlotte, I know we haven't talked in a long time, but I just wanted to send you a message after watching your recent Hunsolo. I am so sorry that you went through so much and our school failed to give you the support or help that you needed. I think I'm going to cry again. I also just wanted to say that I know it's not my place to guess who the video was about, but the things you were describing about Lee, if it is who I think it is, he also did to me, and especially in year 8. I got the impression that it was blank. And if it's not him, then he was just someone else who managed to be a bad word during school. He used to ridicule me, call me fat and ugly to my face, and then would flirt with my 12/13-year-old self over messages. It wasn't until someone told a teacher that it was happening that it finally stopped. I can't believe that the school knew about these multiple incidents revolving around him and they still made threats to you about punishments. Blank absolutely failed in supporting people who were victims. I also wanted to say thank you for making the video, as it helped me in knowing that if it was him, I wasn't alone and it wasn't my fault. I really didn't want to cry in this video, but the fact that people are made to feel like it's their own fault that they're being bullied is really, really sad. There's people in these messages who are blaming themselves for the behaviour from Lee, and Lee is sitting laughing when he sees these videos go up. Help me in knowing that if it was him, I wasn't alone and it wasn't my fault, and it was more of a him problem than a me problem. But yeah, thank you for making this video, and if I made any incorrect assumptions, then I am very sorry for just offloading this in general. All of the little Huns videos are amazing and I love the type of content that you all create. Thank you. Everybody that I had these conversations with, you know, later on we all went on to confirm that we were talking about the same person, and that in itself is just really sad. In that last conversation, that person did say that if we weren't talking about the same person, that they were sorry for just offloading in general. If anybody feels the need to, you know, just vent to anyone about anything, my DMs are always open. Always, and especially after receiving these messages, to just know that there are other people out there who suffered the same things I did. I will always be here to listen and to talk to you. Just going back to at the beginning of his message that he sent me when he said that someone had sent him the video. That obviously means that the behaviour I was talking about in my video was very clearly recognisable enough to send to the person that it was about. For his sake, I hope that it was people that he knew from school or knew 3 years ago, and I really hope that it's not people that he knows now. Because if it is, you know, if it's new friends that he's got now, why are they able to recognise that behaviour? Does that mean he hasn't changed at all? Because personal growth can be hard, I know that for a fact. If anybody knew me in school, I was not the person that I am now. Not one little bit. There's not even 1% of me right now that was in the person I was when I was in school, and I really hope that it was that way for him too, but it turns out it's not, and that's very sad. And I don't want anyone to think that I made this video purely to just bash Rachel and Lee. I understand why they acted the way they did after I posted that video. It can be really hard for people to acknowledge and accept the things that they've done wrong or the people that they've wronged, and so they lash out with comedic comments and threats. Once again, I would like to say that this whole thing is alleged, and the sole reason I made this video was for me and also for the people that messaged me, who I would also like to say a big thanks to. You know, everyone who messaged me with all their kind words, I really appreciated it, and I still do. I've had so much built up anxiety over the past 4 months thinking about filming this video, but I'm glad that I did it, and I'm glad that it's over, and I'm also glad that I put 999 in my contacts when I was 12, because these people. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you can do so by searching Charlotte Carr Brown and pressing follow. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.